Hey everyone, welcome and thanks for joining me for another episode of my Aston Villa career on FIFA 16. Now before I could tie up a few transfer deals, I had to play our next game in the Premier League at home against Crystal Palace. If you can cast your minds back to the start of the season, we beat them 2-0 in what was a pretty impressive win. It was Leroy Fer with both goals there, and I was expecting more of the same, if not better, seeing that we were playing at home. Now, we're on a bit of a run lately heading into this one, so of course those 3 points were vital. Going into this one, we were level on points with Manchester United, a couple of points behind. I think it was Everton who were in 4th, and it's at the moment Arsenal and Chelsea that are running away with the league. It's become like a two-horse race. But that's not worrying me just yet. We're just focusing on trying to get into a Europa League spot for my first season with Villa, and we got off to a fantastic start, flying start against Palace, with Charlie Austin grabbing the first goal within 11 minutes gone. He almost got his second 10 minutes later with that effort just outside the box, the ball beating the keeper, McCarthy, but just hitting the post in the process and going out for a goal kick. But we kept plugging away, that wasn't going to put us off, and Grenier, you could see, was really up for a goal in this one. Came close there, the ball was dipping, just not enough really. Leroy Fer, you've got to take advantage of these type of players like Grenier and Leroy Fer, people that can take those long shots. We've already seen evidence of that as the season's progressed. Garner Gay, another player that's got a keen eye for goal. He went for it on the volley. Unfortunate not to get maybe a lucky deflection there. It was saved, but it was Charlie Austin to mop things up to double our lead and put us 2-0 up against Palace. It was a simple tap in for Austin, who's always in the right place at the right time, and is making a bit of a habit of that as of late. He was on for his hat-trick then. Could he get it? Of course he could. And do you want to know why? Because Charlie Austin 316 said so as he fired the ball. Well, I wouldn't say fired, it was a finesse shot. Alex McCarthy came out to meet him, his former QPR teammate, and he just curled it around him perfectly, right up into the roof of the net. Almost the perfect kind of finesse shot that you can score on FIFA. But you know what? With Palace going 3 goals down, with the game pretty much outside, they didn't stop, they kept going, and that's what you want to see from a team. You want to see them keep fighting, even if they're destined to lose the game, even if they're getting absolutely dominated off the pitch, and they got a goal for their hard work with that header from Patrick Bamford. Shame for Bunn, who couldn't have kept his clean sheet, but the final score 3-1 at Villa Park. We walk away with 3 points, and I haven't seen that cutscene before when I've scored a hat-trick with a player on FIFA 16. Is that something new? Was that put into the patch that we had to download a couple of weeks ago? I'm not sure. Maybe I just haven't scored that many hat-tricks to actually notice it. But Charlie Austin walking away from Villa Park with the match ball. Now, Wolfsburg came in with a transfer offer of 9 million for Leroy Fer. So much speculation at the moment. There's so many offers coming in for Fer. It would be a shame to lose him in January, but, you know, if someone like Wolfsburg are going to come in with an offer of 15, 20 mil, then I'm going to accept. I'm going to make a bit of a profit there, and I've still got time to make a couple more transfers to strengthen the team even further. We got an offer for Brad Guzan. This kind of surprised me, from Reading. They were willing to splash out 5.5 mil. I wanted to counter off that, see if I could push them a little further. I went for 6.5 originally, then dropped it down to 6 mil if they would go the extra mile and offer 500,000 more. And Wolfsburg came in surprisingly with a £12 million offer they put down on the table. And again, I went in with another counter offer, seeing if I could screw even more money out of them. I mean, he's been in excellent form. I know he's been fantastic for the first half of the season. His value is only 5.5 mil. If I could, as I've said, if I can make a profit on him, I think I would, and I'm just trying to be realistic about this. And then boom, out of nowhere, Everton decided to come in after reviewing my counter offer of 15 million, and they decided to go ahead and match it. And then when I saw that email, I was like, oh no, I don't want to let him go. I was having second thoughts, because Everton, obviously in the same league as us, and we can make do without Leroy Fer destroying us when he's playing for Everton a bit later on in this season. Well, anyway, with all that transfer business behind us, we move on to our next game. It's the next round of the FA Cup. We're at home against Barnsley. The same fixture which happened earlier in the season, right at the start, if you remember, in the second round of the Capital One Cup. They knocked us out. They beat us 2-1 after they took the game well into extra time. So not only was a place in the next round of the FA Cup up for grabs, but it was an opportunity to get a bit of payback against Barnsley. After I felt we deserved a little bit more, I felt as though we were slightly robbed, getting screwed over by FIFA once again. And obviously the FA Cup, it's got to be taken a little bit more seriously than the Capital One Cup, the Milk Cup. But anyway, Barnsley, they once again showed they are no pushovers in this FA Cup fixture. They came to Villa Park looking for a win, not for a draw to take it into a replay or anything like that. They wanted to win, and they came close on so many occasions. It wasn't true. They probably could have been a goal or two up heading into the second half, but we had this free kick granted to us in the 58th minute, 27 yards out. I left it with Kieran Richardson. I was a bit doubtful before he struck the ball, but it went in, and Villa Park was rocking. We were a goal ahead of Barnsley. We got our nose in front. But I knew there was plenty of time left for Barnsley to go nick a goal back, get the equaliser, maybe turn this game around on its head. But it was a sweetly struck free kick from the former Manchester United player. I know there were probably better options to choose from to take the free kick, but I thought, screw it, we'll go with Kieran Richardson on his left foot. Now, we were forced to shut up shop for the rest of the game as Barnsley, they kept plugging away, they kept coming at us. And they came so close there. We were so fortunate that the crossbar got in the way of that powerful shot. And before that, Bun proving that even though his overall rating is a lot lower than Guzan, he's a lot better. He seems to work out for me. I mean, making that crucial save there as well, fully stretched out, holding on to that clean sheet of his, and he did just that once the referee had blown his whistle for the final time here at Villa Park. As we do advance through to the next round of the FA Cup, we did have our backs to the wall for the rest of the game, but we got better at defending, and we shut down Barnsley. They weren't going to find a way in, we weren't going to leak anything past our defence. And it wasn't a bad performance overall. We did quite well. Certainly a lot better when we last played them earlier in the season in that Capital One Cup game. Now, to finish up things with this episode, here's a bit of a shock for you. Leroy Fer has left Aston Villa for Everton. He's only been with us for the first half of the season, and he was excellent. And I'm kind of wishing I didn't sell him now, but it is what it is. It's happened. Now I've got to try and find a replacement. Still got a bit of time left in January. One of my main targets is probably Gylfi Sigurdsson from Swansea. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Join me for the next one to find out who will be Leroy Fer's replacement. Thanks for watching.